All right, that's better. And we're back. It's Late Night Talk Radio with Deek Jackson. The number to ring is 07903 953 759 if you're in the UK. And if you're not in the UK, then you can use the same telephone number to get Messenger on Facebook or Skype. So if you've got Skype or Messenger, you just need to put that telephone number in and you'll be able to Skype and or Facebook Messenger me. Or if you're in the UK, just use the number 07903 953 759. Lines are open. And we're waiting for our callers. Just phone for a chat, whatever's on your mind. I don't mind. A few, good evening, Dennis Pennis. A few suggestions for topics for conversation. If you don't phone in, I'm going to talk about this shit. It's VJ Day. Victory in Japan. Which is interesting, I think, because Victory in Japan, 75-year anniversary of Victory in Japan. Quite an anniversary. And so, if you don't phone in, I will rabbit on some shite about that, and I will sing all of the songs from the album Fuck the Police. It's Late Night Smooth Talk Radio with Deek Jackson and a series of musical recitations from the album Fuck the Police. Here's our first caller. Hello, who's on the line?
Yeah, hi. Three stick.
Okay, having trouble hearing what your name is there, but I can make out what you're saying, so tell us what's on your mind.
I just wanted to tell you that you have to vote 0044 if they're outside of England.
Ah, yes. I was hoping people outside of England would just use the Messenger or Skype app. But yes, indeed, it's true. If you're outside of the UK, you can just add 44. Thanks. Which country are you from?
I'm from Vienna, Austria.
Vienna, Austria. And you're coming through clearer now. What was your name?
Clifford.
Clifford.
Three stick.
Clifford, nice to hear from you, Clifford. What do you think? What do you think about what's going down in the world, Clifford?
Well, a lot of shit is going down anyway. I've watching you for many years already.
Well, thanks. I'm glad you've found it entertaining enough to stay with me for all this time.
It's always fun.
Excellent. How are things in Vienna with the coronavirus? Are you under lockdown or special restrictions?
No. We had the first few 13 weeks.
Okay, so are you all allowed to go out and play now?
Yeah, it's over now, yes. But in the supermarkets, they have to wear masks.
And when you go to a pub or a bar or a restaurant, do they take your name and telephone number?
Yes, this is required, yes.
Ah, wow, that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't go anywhere.
Well, that's Clifford, that's exactly my feelings, because they made it the law in Scotland today. And today is the day they announced it's now law. If you go into a bar, a restaurant, or a place that serves food or drink, by law, they have to collect your name and telephone number. So I ain't going there.
Yeah, I neither.
No, which is a shame because I do like drinking coffee
Yeah, yeah.
in nice places. You know, I can brew up coffee in my van at the side of the road.
Yeah.
I can do that, but I like to drink coffee looking out of a window at a nice view, especially
Of course, it's
if
better.
it gets cold. So it does suck a bit. What's your vision of the future, Clifford? Do you think that the things that are happening are part of some greater plan?
It looks like it,
And
but
well, yeah.
yeah.
What do you think the plan is?
Phew, we won't find it. We will find it out anyway sometimes, but it's difficult to say what they really want.
I agree. I have to say I'm waiting for, if you like, more shit to happen. You know, I sort of
Yeah,
think, yeah,
that the people wake up more.
yeah. There's definitely something wrong with this. This does not add up. It's not dangerous enough to require the destruction of our economy and the removal of our liberties and freedoms. And so there's something wrong with the story, and I'm not sure.
Distracted.
So, uh, but yeah, waiting to see. There's definitely more coming down the road. But you know, you
Yeah.
said waiting on people waking up there. I hope you're not holding your breath, waiting for that to
No,
happen.
I'm 65 now. I've seen a lot.
I bet, yeah.
Hmm.
And so
But yeah, just live along and like you say, you you like the life and you what you say you yeah, you're enjoying it.
yeah, enjoy your life how you can and where you
Do
can.
the best.
Yep, enjoy the moment, enjoy now, because regardless of the people who have power over us and influence in our lives, other things can happen. You know, the planet's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, uh,
Yeah.
so enjoy what you can when you can. And I am not hopeful at all or optimistic that people will wake up uh, and take action collectively, that there'll be a mass uprising or mass complaints, because I feel that
Mm,
most people, the reason we got here is because most people are going along with it. So
yeah.
unless people start to behave differently, um, I can see the powers that be, the people in charge, they're just going to do whatever it is they've got planned to us, and people are going to accept it and comply with it and obey, and then, you know, people like you and I who are waiting to see what it is they have planned, we'll just be going, aha!
Yeah.
Now I see what it is. And
Yeah.
I don't think it will be like getting a birthday present.
No, not at all.
No, it won't be nice. And so, you're 65, Clifford. Are you retired? Are you still working?
I'm retired. Yes,
Uh,
already 4 years.
and what are you retired from?
I was a newspaper printer.
Ah, old school with the typesetting or computer
Oh
aided?
no, offset printer.
Offset printer. Is that some sort of photography, lithography?
No, that's just transferring the color on the paper.
Ah,
The ink, yeah.
right, right. So you've been involved in news in some respect
Yes,
then.
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I'm not familiar with Austria's political background. Do you have a liberal democracy or neoliberal democracy?
Yes, we have a conservative and green government now. Before it was conservative and socialist.
And it's green
But
now. That's news to me that there's a green
yeah,
government in power. Are they any
yeah.
good? Do you like their style?
I voted them. Yes.
Ah, excellent. Do you buy the green hope, the green optimism?
Well, on the beginning they were more enthusiastic, but I hope they will push a bit further.
Well, I hope so too. I'm a kind of skeptical green voter. I'm an environmentalist. I would like us to stop fucking up the planet. But
Yeah.
I think that means that we really have to stop. I don't believe in this kind of solar-powered shopping in the future, solar-powered modern way of life. Where we go on doing what we're doing, but we just power it with wave power.
Yeah.
Again, like I say, I'm not saying that can't happen. I have an open mind. I just feel somewhat like the only green energy is energy you don't use.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so if you've got to make something to make energy, then it can't be wholly and completely green. And I would just like to offer this as a sort of vision of how we could lead happy and fulfilled lives without technology and consumerism. Isaac Newton figured out the mechanical laws of the universe with a candle and a quill. Einstein figured out the relativity with a pencil and an oil lamp. And Leonardo da Vinci painted some amazing pictures and did some other stuff with, candles and oil lamps and hand tools. So it's possible to have science and art and wonderful literature and full lives without all this stuff. So I just wonder how much of it we really need.
Yeah. Not much. You don't need much to be happy.
No, we don't need much to be happy. Are you a technology buff? Obviously, you're on the internet. If you've seen my stuff, are you a mobile smartphone user and
No,
Bluetooth speaker?
I'm a farmer. I'm watching you on YouTube and talking to via telephone.
Okay, so you don't yet have a remote controlled automatic car driving for you with
No.
because I wonder what kind of future people who like the future that we're being sold sort of imagine if we're going to have driverless cars and drone delivery pizzas. I just
Yeah.
I just can't see it. But that doesn't mean it won't happen. I've got my eyes open and I'm waiting to see.
Yeah. How long are you on the road now?
Well, this trip.
How long does the show last?
Oh, this show, man. I think a couple of hours is possible. I'm actually parked up. I'm not driving. I've got a good solid signal, and I think 2 hours is a good length of time for talk radio show. I'm going to sing a few songs from the album "Fuck the Police," and I hope that some more people phone in, Skype in, Messenger in, and that we have some interesting and fun chats.
Okay. Well, so I love your work and stay safe and keep healthy, and I'll be watching you.
Well, thanks, Clifford. I'm really happy that you phoned in from Austria, so that people can see in the rest of the world that you can put 44 before the number, which is in the title, and phone in from anywhere. And Clifford, you stay safe and have fun, and hopefully we'll speak again sometime.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Clifford. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Clifford from Austria there, and indeed, if you put 44 before the number, I believe you take the 0 out, so instead of 07903953759, it would be 44790395375 to dial in from anywhere in the world. Or you could use Skype, or you could use Facebook Messenger, and the telephone number is the same in all instances. If you put that telephone number into Skype, it will get my account. And if you put it into Messenger, it will get my account. And now, before the next caller, hopefully I'll just have time to squeeze in a song. On late night, smooth radio. Fuck the police. When they're busting me for smoking weed. Fuck the police. When they're beating up on me for no need. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Well, fuck the police when they're reading me my rights. Fuck the police when I'm disappearing in the night. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. See, I'm slightly out of tune, which is annoying, so I'll have to find my tuner. Dr. Super Genius, thanks very much. I wish I had a blunt, but I don't drug and drive. And since the UK brought in drug driving laws, that means that whenever I travel in my van now, I can't do drugs at all. Because the prospect of being arrested, banned from driving, and fined is just too much for a chump like me. Well, fuck the police when they're busting me for smoking weed. Well, fuck the police when they're beating up on me for no need. Well, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. 07903 953 759. Lines are open now. Phone in and let us know what's on your mind. Well, fuck the police when they're reading me my rights. Well, fuck the police when I'm disappearing in the night. Well, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police when I'm busting me for smoking weed. Fuck the police when they're beating up on me for no need. Fuck the police when they're reading me my rights. Fuck the police when I'm disappearing in the night. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police when I'm dying in their custody. Yeah, fuck the police when they're beating a confession out of me. Fuck the police when they're reading my email. Fuck the police for the terrorist fairy tale. Late Night Talk Radio with Deek Jackson. Lines are open now. Phone me on 07903 953 759. Let's know what's on your mind. Let's have a chat. Ever done any stints in Baird Street, Co-Shop, Glasgow? I have busked in Glasgow, in Buchanan Street and Sauchiehall Street. Dennis Pennis, have I ever been to jail? I haven't been to jail as in I've been sentenced to a sentence that I served in jail, but I have been in the cells. I have been in the cells. And since you mention it, and because both of those stories are quite funny, unless somebody phones in, I will tell you both of the stories of how I ended up in the cells. Once upon a time, I was in a band, and the manager of the band, who was also the bass player, booked us in to make a video. It was the 80s, and making a video if you were a band was a big deal. And so we were driving to Birmingham to make a video on, what was considered to be broadcast standard, Buckfast consumer, bye mate, what was considered to be, broadcast quality tape. And along the way, somewhere around Carlisle, the van was pulled over by the police. The whole band was in the van, and a friend of ours who was driving it for us, who used to do PA and mix our sound. I was sitting in the front, and I was skinning up joints for the driver with his dope. And the back of the van was full of the rest of the band. When the police pulled us over, I put the driver's dope in my mouth so that, it wouldn't get snaffled. I've never made it to the US, no. And I forgot that my jacket was in the back, and I had 2 bits of dope in the top pocket of my jacket. So the police pulled us over, and they searched everybody. They searched the van, and they searched everybody. And they found my jacket, and my jacket had a letter addressed to me in the pocket. So when they found the letter, they knew it was my jacket, and then they searched the rest of the pockets, and they pulled out one of the pieces of dope. And then they looked at the letter and said, "Which one of you is Deek Jackson?" I said, "I'm Deek Jackson." So, right, you're coming with us, get in the car. So I was nicked. And then the fiddle player, they searched her, and her boyfriend was the drummer. They searched her, and in her handbag, they opened her handbag, they searched her handbag, and they found a wrap of cocaine. And the police opened up the wrap and looked at it, this white powder, and they said to the fiddle player, "What's this?" And before the fiddle player could mention, her boyfriend looked at her and said, "Yeah, what is that?" Because I guess he quite liked cocaine, and she was holding out on him. Anyway, she was put in the car with me. So me and the fiddle player are sitting in the back of the police car, and we get driven to the police station in Carlisle. And they've got my jacket because it had contained the dope and my ID. But they only found one piece of dope. The other piece of dope is still in the pocket. They didn't search the rest of around the pocket. They just found one piece of dope, pulled it out, and went, "Ah, yeah, we've got him, we've got a piece of dope. And I've got the driver's dope in my mouth." So we get to the station, and they charge us at the desk and book us in. And then he's about to send me to the cells. It's cold. It's November, and I don't have. I said, "Can I have my jacket?" And the desk sergeant says, "Has he been searched?" "Yes." "And the jacket?" "Yeah." "All right." And he gives me the jacket back with the other bit of dope still in it. So I gets to the cells. I takes the other bit of dope out. I got a bit of dope in each cheek. And man, it's not over yet. Then the police come to interview me. So, and they put the dope on the table to say, "What's that?" I says, "Well, something like that." I said, "I'm sure you'll be wanting to find out." I wasn't really giving them anything. No. Yeah. The other jacket. I don't know how the bass player's jacket got involved, right? But the bass player, he had a jacket. I think he'd given it to Kate. And in that jacket, there were some stamps that you get when you buy a lot of petrol. It used to be a thing, petrol saver stamps, and they had little red stars on them. And so he produced these petrol saver stamps, and he says, "And what are these?" I says, "They're petrol saver stamps." He says, "Oh yeah, perhaps we ought to find out what they are as well." I says, "No, they're petrol saver stamps, honestly." And he thought they were acid. He thought they were LSD. There was like 20 of them. He thought he was on a big fucking... He thought he was going to be Detective Sergeant Super Drug Bust by the end of the night. Instead of which, after they radioed Dunfermline, I could hear them. A small place, Carlisle Police Station. I heard them on the radio. Hello, Dunfermline HQ. And he asked for a car to go to the petrol station in Dunfermline and describe the petrol saver stamps from there. And so the police car went down to the Texaco petrol station and radioed back to Carlisle. Hello, Carlisle Central. This is Dunfermline Car 7. Can confirm petrol saver stamps with red stars and black T's. Roger. So then they let us go. And we went on to make the video. We made the video, and when we got home after making the video, the people who were making the video appeared on a consumer program the next week as being rip-off fuckers who were scamming bands out of their money and just shooting a video on normal fucking VHS tape. It was bollocks. We paid £200, which was a lot of money in those days. Anyway, 07903 953 759, Skype, Messenger, or put 447903 953 759. Phone me, let me know what's on your mind, or I will sing all of the songs from Fuck the Police album. Gonna kill the queen, fuck a dead body, gonna kill the queen, steal all the money, gonna kill the queen, fuck a dead body and make her give birth to a fucker like me. Gonna kill the queen, fuck a dead body, gonna kill the queen, steal all the money, gonna kill the queen, fuck a dead body and make her give birth to a fucker like me. Kill the queen, fuck a dead body, gonna rape all the children, stop them having abortions, rape all the children, stop them having abortions, rape all the children, stop them having abortions, make them give birth to a fucker like me. Kill the queen and fuck a dead body. Come on, folks, phone me up. Phone me up for a chat. I dare you. Lines are open now. 07903 953 759. Factory, it's going good, it's going good. It'd go a lot better if somebody phoned me. This is supposed to be talk radio, although I don't mind streaming me singing Kill the Queen and Fuck Her Dead Body to use up my oh yeah, oh, who was it belled me yesterday? He tried to sell me smart meters. Tom phoned up and asked me if I had a smart meter and was enthusiastic about how they were going to help with climate change. I'm not buying that. In In fact, I've been investigating smart meters for some time because Pied Piper, do I believe in climate change? I mean, the question there, I think it is poorly framed. Climate change is obviously a given. The climate has changed on Earth since we had a climate. And now there's a difference, by the way, between a climate and an atmosphere. Mars has an atmosphere. And it also has a climate. And the climate that it has is a combination of its position in the solar system relative to the sun, it being bathed in energy of a certain amount, a certain quality of energy from the sun and cosmic energies and so on. And then there's the atmosphere. And so climates change depending on what's in the atmosphere and what's in space. Our climate has changed over the millennia that the planet's been here, and most recently we have changed the atmosphere. We have. It's incontrovertible. We have changed the atmosphere. We have altered the composition of the atmosphere by adding billions and billions and billions. I mean, it's literally millions of billions of tons. I don't know if you can imagine what 1,000,000 tons looks like, but imagine 1,000,000 billion tons. It's a lot of stuff, man. And we put that stuff in our atmosphere. That's the stuff we breathe and the stuff that all life on Earth exists in, the thin slice of atmosphere. So I guess what you really mean is, do I believe that humans have changed the climate? Yes, I do. I mean, man, there's people out there who think a butterfly's wing can change the weather. If a butterfly's wing... Oh, Sean Della, all the planets are heating up. Are they? Where did you get that information from? How much climatic information have we got on all the planets? Not very much. Not very much at all. A few spot records here and there. You don't think it's the gutter elite lie to get extra taxes? Oh, Pied Piper, really? Man, the people who run this planet, who own everything of value and control all the important levers of power, if they want to put taxes up, they don't have to invent fuck all. Really, man, I am aghast, and I am open-jawed that anybody believes that the people who run and rule and own this planet need an excuse. They need to invent something to put taxes up. Your ass is already taxed to fuck. And any extra tax they wanted to add for any reason whatsoever, they'll just fucking add it. They don't need climate change to add taxes. Really? Oh yeah, man, let's invent climate change. Let's invent climate change so we have to dismantle our lucrative businesses and jump through implausible hoops, not even as a joke. Lone Wolf, good to see you. No, the people who own and control this planet do not need an excuse to tax your ass. Okay, we've got a call from the United Kingdom. Hello, who's on the line?
Oh, hi, Deek. Sleepy Shoegazer, or Nick.
Shoegazer, Sleepy Shoegazer. Nick, nice to hear from you. What's on your mind?
Oh, well, just talking about the people in power. I think talking about the World Economic Forum's Great Reset that they're planning for us.
Is that are you engaging with the idea that they are changing what the economy is through the coronavirus scamdemic?
No, more doubling down on what the economy is.
Well, it's hard to have more consumerism if we're all locked up and not going to the shops.
Yeah, and I think just a lot less nice shit for us. Possibly. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it'll be, but they're talking a lot about it. They're talking about, us having a social contract as part of our business and employment relationships now.
Ah, yes.
And who knows what they'll be, but they've got a whole load of plans waiting.
They do, and if you were listening earlier, I was saying, Clifford was saying, and I was agreeing, I'm not really sure exactly what they have planned. I am waiting to see how this pans out, because it's not what it says on the tin.
No.
And so
No.
because it's not what it says on the tin, you have to ask yourself, what is inside the mystery box?
Yeah.
So I have a couple of things I'm engaging with. I don't necessarily believe any of the things I'm about to say, but I'm toying with them in my mind. One of them is they're going to kill us all so that they can go on living. That's one of the things, I think, because there's too many of us. And if I was a farmer, I'd be out in the field with a shotgun killing sheep right now. I would. If I was in charge of planet Earth, I'd be looking out across the vast vistas of planet Earth and going, it's nice, but there's too many humans. I would be thinking
Well,
that.
I mean, they've been defining essential workers, haven't they?
Oh, I like that phrase.
We are essential or non-essential.
I'm with you. I missed that piece of neuro-linguistic programming there. Yeah, an essential worker. Yeah, that's like an insect death sentence, isn't it? I'm not an essential worker. Oh no, I'm peripheral. I'm optional.
Yeah.
I'm an optional worker.
We can all be furloughed on universal credit.
I'm not an essential worker. Are you an essential worker?
I'm not an essential worker. I did work, but I'm not essential. I don't think I could. I have to keep computers working, so I'm one of those strangely needed but never mentioned people.
Right. Well, keeping computers working, that could be it. That could become essential. You know, in the future, if our computers were needed to keep the things running that we needed to keep running.
Well, I mean, it's sort of my job was definitely to allow people to work from home for a while, you know. So, in my how do you phrase it? But in my day-to-day living, once again, sort of helps the agenda along.
So, yeah, the work from home thing, that is one of the other things I'm engaging with as an idea is this, and if you're familiar with my work, you'll know that I run this narrative quite often. I believe the people who own and control this planet's resources and run the planet, I believe they know the climate's totally fucked. This is one of the things I think about. I believe they know it's totally fucked, and the solutions are not battery-powered cars charged by fossil fuels in, you know. So you think you're having a green life. Oh, I've got an electric car. Yeah, but it's powered by natural gas fracked, fracked out of the ground somewhere. So the green lie is exactly that. It's a green lie, and if, as I believe, the atmosphere has been fucked by putting too much carbon in it, then the only solution is to take that carbon out. And it makes no sense at all to take carbon out of the atmosphere while you're still putting it in. And we, the nearly 8 billion people on Earth, we are the principal reason carbon is still going into the atmosphere. So if I were at the table suggesting how we deal with the current problems on Earth, I would be saying, first of all, you got to get rid of all of those people. Then you take the carbon out of the atmosphere using technology and essential workers. Maybe computers as well, if you're lucky.
Oh God.
Are you a climate change believer?
I am a climate change observer, and I have no horse in any race. I don't know. I've heard so many contradictory and yet seemingly reliable sources of information give different sources. I can see why you believe what you believe, and I can also see why people believe other things.
Well, I'll tell you why I believe what I believe, because I see messages popping up on the screen while we're talking, and one just said there, the problem with Deek is he believes the same things as the elite, and I'm not sure that that's true, but so I'll tell you what I do believe, and I know it to be a fact. not the truth. That's a different thing. But the following things are facts.
Mm-hmm.
The greenhouse effect is real. It really is real. It's not debatable. There isn't some sort of lack of consensus about whether the greenhouse effect is a thing. It's a thing. It absolutely is a thing. And if you have an understanding of the laws of physics that underpin the greenhouse effect, you do not doubt any of the science behind climate change at all. And I have never heard, and I'm still waiting to hear, and I look forward to somebody articulating for me right now, if they can, exactly what's wrong with the mechanisms of the greenhouse effect that would mean that we haven't fucked the climate by putting more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's the laws of physics, Captain, and you can't change them. You can't change them by not liking them or hearing that somebody else said something different. The laws of physics are the laws of physics are the laws of physics, and they say that if you put a molecule of something into the atmosphere that resonates with infrared energy coming from the Earth's surface, it re-radiates that infrared energy, which is heat, back at the planet, warming it up. And that's the fundamental basis of global warming. And I challenge anybody right now, out there, right now, you people on the internet who think it's a fucking lie, you tell me how the greenhouse effect and the laws of physics are not wholly and completely working on this planet to warm it up. I'll get comfy while you work yourself into a lather trying to describe that to me. And that's why I believe humans have changed the climate on Earth, because of the laws of physics. And I can articulate the laws of physics that underpin the greenhouse effect. And that's another thing. I'd never met anybody who denied anthropogenic climate change who can articulate the laws of physics that underpin it. So, I look forward to meeting my equal out there. But the fact is that if you put something in the atmosphere that warms it up, then the atmosphere gets warmer, and so does the planet. Anybody care to disavow me of my belief there by presenting some other interpretation of the laws of physics? I'm waiting to hear from you. And so, for me,
well, could I tell you why I'm not? Again, I'm not convinced by any argument, but why? So I'll play that. Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
So there's an argument that we've had less volcanic activity in recent times than we used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Long ago.
Yeah.
And that volcanoes put an awful lot of pollutants into the atmosphere.
I can quantify exactly how much volcanoes and volcanic activity put out on Earth because it's a known scientific fact.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so would you
Yes.
like to know in relative terms, there's an amount of greenhouse gas that humans put out. We know what it is. We can measure it. We have observatories and we have sampling equipment all over the planet that samples the atmosphere and tells us how much is going in. And we also can tell from volcanic eruptions by using, amongst other things, lasers and volumetric calculations to tell how much volcanic activity there is and what it's putting into the atmosphere. So, last year, the exact figure eludes me, but it's somewhere between 35 and 40 gigatons of CO2 that humans put into the atmosphere. That's a giga is a billion. So humans, industry, power, transport, everything that humans do, put between 35 and 40 billion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, and CO2 re-radiates infrared energy in the infrared spectrum. Okay, volcanoes, all the volcanic activity on Earth, which we know from measurements, 300 times less than that, and that is the facts. Humans output
over what time period is that?
Over a year, over any year you would like to look at the figures for, and the figures are available, and if you just Google it, human CO2 emissions versus volcanic activity, you'll find that humans are outputting 300 times more. That's 300, not 3 times, not 30 times, 300 times more greenhouse gases from human activity than all volcanic activity on Earth every year. And people who haven't availed themselves of Google to find that out, you know, can't.
Well, that's recent, and that's what the claim is, that there is a drought of that, and that has been more.
Well, it's not
pre-industrial times, a long time ago.
It's not
more volcanic activity. Now, I'm not, like I say, I'm not 100% convinced.
Well, but it's not a claim.
Year on year now.
I'm not claiming that humans.
Volcanic.
Yeah, I'm not claiming that humans output 300 times more than all the volcanic activity on Earth. That is a fact as measured by instruments. It's not a human opinion. It's an instrument. It's an objective measurement of greenhouse gases. Now, so if you want to go to a time in the past before we had instruments, that's also a time in the past when humans didn't have industry, and so. But of course, if you go back 300 years, of course, humans weren't outputting CO2. So of course, 300 years ago, volcanic activity output more greenhouse gases than humans, because humans hadn't gone bananas for industrial emissions. So,
right.
Which,
that does make sense. I don't doubt your argument.
The reason we have changed the climate and the atmosphere is by going bananas for industrial activity and outputting vast amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. It's just a fact.
I think. Well, I mean, if we can try and find some common ground.
Okay. Well, then let's talk about the molecule.
I'm completely in agreement with you on, overconsumption and pollution are absolutely mega problems, unquestionably, and climate change is likely, very, very likely in my mind, a major problem.
Let me ask you a question.
I completely agree with you that I think they're going to try and kill us all.
Well, I think that's one solution. But let me ask you a question, not so much to get an answer from you, but to spark, if you like, inquiry and debate.
Okay.
If, say, last year, right, the amount of volcanic activity and the amount of human emissions were equal, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, there would be X amount of greenhouse gases would be going into the atmosphere. Yeah? That would be, and it would be an equal amount from the volcanoes and all the subsea volcanic activity, and it would be an equal amount of human emissions. Yeah, right. That would be double the natural emissions, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And so, if you accept that the greenhouse effect is very real, without the greenhouse effect, this planet would be 16 degrees cooler. If you accept that it's very real, let's move that sort of thought experiment forward just a little bit. Imagine that there's one extra molecule of CO2 goes out this year. So we're no longer just equal to volcanic activity. We've put one extra molecule of CO2 into the atmosphere. If you have an understanding of how that molecule behaves, wouldn't you have to concede that the planet's going to get warmer because of it? Because it is a source of infrared radiation.
Yes.
Well, that is the case by 300 times all the volcanic activity on Earth. That's how much we're warming the planet. If you'll concede that for one molecule, if you check by looking at Google and the available measurements on Earth of our emissions, you'll find that we're 300 times warming the planet.
Yes.
And that's a lot. And that's why and because I know that, this is one of the reasons I'm engaged with this idea of they're going to kill us all. I don't just think that because, I think they're nasty and evil, I think that because it's a logical solution to the problem of, oops, we have totally fucked the planet. And so if you You know, if you come to the point where you go, gee, we did all that stuff to the atmosphere, now the planet's fucked. What are we going to do? Well, first of all, you have to get rid of all the people who produce the emissions. Otherwise, it would be absurd to even begin taking it out of the atmosphere. I mean, we can take carbon out of the atmosphere, but why bother when we're on course to put another 40 billion tons in this year? What would be the point?
Well, I mean, it's clear that they're not that bothered about stopping doing that at the moment.
Sorry, what was that?
So, you know, it's so they've moved global industry into China and India, and then exempted them from sort of the emissions laws and the rest of the world.
We'll have zero emissions by 2050, but all our washing machines will be made in Turkey.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's the globalist industrialists that have arranged all of that. You know, so I mean, so they're not doing anything to stop it, which then makes me think, well, what are they planning?
Well,
what are they going to do?
I mean, you have to, you need to create a model that's as accurate as possible in order to get conclusions which are useful. And as you're saying, there are things we don't know about what they're doing, but you can, I believe, you can collect information together and form for yourself a more and more accurate model of what is going on the world if you keep looking. And I see some comments going along there just as we were talking about, why do you believe this and you don't believe other stuff that they say? Well, the laws of physics are not what they are saying. The laws of physics are not some political policy or diktat from the United Nations. The laws of physics are the laws of physics. The reason I don't believe the story of 9/11 is because of the laws of physics. The reason I don't believe the coronavirus scamdemic is because of other science that underpins rational thought. So I have a model of the world which is based upon knowing stuff and holding what people tell me up against that and seeing if it adds up. And it doesn't. The coronavirus epidemic doesn't add up because statistically it's not killing enough people to warrant destroying our environment or locking us up, destroying our economy. Man, more people die of the flu every week in Britain. More people. Every week more people die of the flu, and they have died. More people have died of the flu every week in Britain for the last 9 weeks, while we were all living in fear and being told to give our names and numbers to the fucking 19-year-old busboy at Wetherspoons.
Yep.
So the reason I don't believe or do believe some things and not others is because they are underpinned by facts and science and rational thought and not hysteria and hypnosis and neurolinguistic bollocks. But you know, I am aware that you can't transfer your beliefs to other people simply by stating them like some sort of dogma. I'm not trying to convince anybody to believe what I believe. I'm just expressing my thoughts and where I get them. And I welcome other people expressing their thoughts, and we can have a discussion about this. Ultimately, I don't really mind. Or, you know, you could say I don't really care because I have a real long-term view of life on planet Earth. I don't think the planet's in any danger. I look forward to crocodile people coming along in a million years and inventing, you know, crocodile iPads. It's all good, man. It doesn't matter if we've fucked up and we die and another species comes along in a billion years. It's all part of the same thing.
So I think the crocodiles are a remnant from the past. I think the marsupials have got the future.
Whoa, yeah, that's a handy pouch, you know.
Yeah.
You could go
They can certainly outrun things for a while. So.
You could do a lot of shoplifting with a pouch like that. But yeah, crocodiles have been around for 200 million years unchanged. That's 200 million years where they didn't feel like becoming humans and developing aeroplanes. So they must be pretty good at being crocodiles. I think we're on their dinner menu. I think crocodiles will see us out. You know, like
Quite possibly. They've seen out plenty of other things.
exactly. I mean, they saw out the dinosaurs. Uh, hundreds of species have come and gone, and the crocodiles are still here, lying in the water, blinking at you.
Looking guilty, saying it wasn't me.
Yeah, I didn't eat the pies.
Well, you know, I mean, I suppose we've killed off a lot, but you know, we maybe don't have that crown. Maybe the crocodiles are the kings of extinction. Maybe they're always around to feed on whatever's falling apart around them.
Well, yeah.
You know, when society collapses and we all try and run to the hills, maybe, you know, in certain parts of the world, the crocodiles will be putting their little salt and pepper shakers out.
They must be evidence of a high turnover of species. You know, like, yeah, we're just waiting on humans fucking up, then we're going to eat them. And and everything else that goes with them when they bring the house down. We'll be all right. We can withstand radiation, large temperature variations, different salinity, acidity, and alkalinity of the water. We're cool, man. We've got, you know, armored hides, and we can go like a year without eating.
And they always keep very low to the ground, so, you know, they've got the duck bit before the cover, so.
Yeah. All right, crocodiles for the future. Vote crocodile.
So now we're looking at a future war between the crocodiles and the marsupials. This conversation's going rather strangely now.
The marsupials could have the upper hand being warm-blooded. They can creep up on them at night.
Yeah, this is true. No armor.
They have no armor, but you know, if a crocodile at night they don't have the energy to run away or to, you know, defend themselves, the marsupials could just come along in a big gang and drop stones on them out of their pouches.
Right. Yep, that's a possibility.
Although, I mean,
so if vote marsupial.
The crocodiles could get hip to that and just stay in the water. How many other aquatic marsupials?
I have no idea.
Man, I don't
That's
either.
A good question.
You'd think a pouch could be, unless you're, you know, your pouch could be a bummer if you're in the water trying to swim and it filled up with water. It would be a bit of a drag.
It certainly would.
Unless it was the other way around, in which case it would then not be good. It wouldn't be any good for shoplifting. So your stuff would fall out.
Yes.
So where are you? Where are you, Sleepy Shoegazer? What part of the country are you in?
I'm in West Yorkshire.
West Yorkshire. Ah, now.
But I'm from Manchester.
Right, so you've gone cross country then.
I've nipped over the Pennines, yeah.
Yeah. Is that anywhere near Scarborough?
It's about 2.5 hours further over to the coast.
Wow, that's a long way. Yorkshire must be big.
Yorkshire's huge, actually.
Yeah. Never eat shredded wheat. Yeah, West Yorkshire is. So are you in the Pennines, kind of are you hill folk?
Not far off. Yeah, it's pretty hilly. I live on a hill, so it's steep. Every time I walk my dog, I always have the hill to walk back up. It's nice here.
Aye. Well, I believe you. I've travelled up and down Britain, and most places are actually nice. Cities are a bit, you know, concrete and glass. It's hard to find a nice view in a city, but when you get outside of the cities, nearly everywhere in Britain is quite nice.
Do you know the song Ilkley Moor Bar Tat?
I don't know it, but you know what? I've heard the title.
You've heard it?
Aye.
Well, if you walk up the hill that I live on the side of, it's Ilkley Moor.
Ilkley Moor. Didn't somebody kill loads of people and bury them up there?
No, that is Myra Hindley on, what's it called?
Saddleworth. No?
Saddleworth Moor, that's
is it? Right, no relation then?
No. Of course, yes. That's,
a moor must be
still bodies out there.
Yeah, a moor must be a good place to do a shallow grave. You know, it's just the word summons up pictures of vast expanses of not very much.
Well, it's desolate at the right times, and then it's quite beautiful at the right times. There's a nice there's a memorial on the moor, And then during the Second World War, or around the Second World War, an RAF plane in cloudy conditions flew into the side of the hill. And there's still bits of the plane there. And there's a memorial to it. And on Google Maps, it's marked as a tourist attraction.
Wow.
And if you click on it and look at the reviews, it says, beautiful views on a clear day.
Beautiful views on a clear day. Well, that goes without saying. It's good you should mention the war, because today is VJ Day, and I did somewhat think that this chat would be a sort of special on the 75th anniversary of VJ Day, and that we could get into the lies of the Second World War. But it's so long ago now, and we seem to have passed that point where that post-Second World War, neoliberal democracy, peace and freedom, that's all irrelevant now, isn't it? We've entered a new paradigm, and it's completely irrelevant now, that the post-war peace kind of thing.
We're 20 years into the war on terror now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the anniversary of JFK, which is also irrelevant, isn't it? I mean, although I tell you what, it used to be, here's an interesting statistic. It used to be that every fourth American president was assassinated, statistically speaking, because quite a lot of them have been assassinated. And so Obama was due the next one, if only because Reagan was nearly assassinated. But he didn't die, he was only wounded. So we're now, the average is plummeting because nobody's assassinated an American president for a very long time. So I'm just putting that out there. If anybody's,
Is it a bit like a Yellowstone volcanic eruption going off? It's overdue.
It is overdue.
We don't know when, but it's going to happen.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Otherwise, the average is plunging.
Well, you see, I can't decide on Trump. I can't decide whether he's just the same old with a good sales pitch, or if he really is somebody different, and they're just going to let him be the one who sits there as it all collapses down below him.
We know that Trump isn't in the club. He's definitely not in the club. He hasn't been invited to the club. They don't tell him what's on their mind. And he's also actively set himself up against, if you like, what some people call the globalist New World Order. He's so not into that. He wants to demilitarize America's involvement in global politics to save money. He doesn't see what the business sense of that is. He doesn't want environmental protections because they're bad for business. He doesn't buy the climate change thing. He doesn't want freedom of movement and freedom of capital. He's a protectionist and a nationalist, and that's so not in the club. In some ways, I have appreciated some of the things Donald Trump has done and said. For instance, the virus came from Wuhan. Why don't we ask the Chinese about the virus?
Yes.
He is the only world leader saying that shit.
He definitely is different from all the others. There's no question. And he's, it's interesting to listen to him talk. And I don't believe that, I don't go for the whole orange man bad thing. I think he's made some very good things and possibly done some rubbish things. I don't know. Time will tell with certain things. But I just think, well, then if he's not in the club, how the hell did he get into the presidency?
Because he's not the only one not in the club, and because it's really not. I've never actually believed in the overarching total global control conspiracy. It's more like, street gangs fighting it out for territory in LA. Sometimes, 75th Street is run by the Bloods, and sometimes it's run by the Cribs. So it's more like a sort of toing and froing of gang warfare. There are a number of power bases on planet Earth. There's the Vatican, the single richest institution on this planet. bar none. 1.5 billion Catholics, the poorest congregation of any religion in the richest institution. The people who run the Vatican wield enormous influence and power around the world. The whole Catholic world is completely under their thumb. And then there's the Crown, the British Empire, which it's not the Queen, it's not even the aristocracy. Think of the Crown now as the City of London, the stock markets, the limited companies, the stocks, the shares, the commodities, the business, the Uniform Code of Commerce. They are, in essence, the East India Trading Company that never died and never went away. And they are still a powerful force to be reckoned with. And
the Crown Corporation of London, definitely.
Yeah, and then there's the Jews, or rather, I don't really like to call them the Jews. What I should say is there's a few wealthy banking families who happen to be Jewish. They just happen to be Jewish. The Jewish people have got nothing to do with these fucking few wealthy banking families. But the few wealthy banking families just happen to be Jewish. And they're powerful and influential because they wield enormous amounts of capital and influence because of that. And then, emerging onto the world stage, we have the, if you like, the Sino-Russia Indian, the emerging powers of the sort of the 21st century. And their hand, if you like, it's difficult to see the hand they're going to play yet, or where they fit in, who their alliances are to and with, and whose side they're going to come down on when the chips fall. So we'll have to wait and see. I am going to play another song now, and so let's leave it there and give somebody else a chance to phone in.
Great. It's been great to talk to you, Deek.
You
I've been
too.
watching your stuff for a long time, and I'm a big fan.
Thanks, Sleepy Shoegazer. What was your real name?
Nick. It's Nick.
Nick. Nice talking to you, Nick. And, next time I'm on Ilkley Moor, I will look for the Tap in the Hill.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Take care.
Cheers, Nick.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra, man. Well, yeah, some interesting chat came up there. Anybody out there who's still labouring under the delusion that we put billions of tons of molecules that radiate heat into our atmosphere and it didn't change anything, please redatum your mind. You don't have to start liking what's going to happen because you know that is true. You don't have to start liking Al Gore because you know the laws of physics. You don't. Al Gore's a twat. He's still a twat, even if you know the laws of physics. Honestly. Explain what trig? Explain trigonometry. Pied Piper, explain trig. Who's trig? Do you mean trig from, Only Fools and Horses? What trig? I feel another song coming on from the album Fuck the Police. We will be able to grow grapes in Scotland. Trigonometry in a song. Dennis Pennis, Pied Piper is a flat earther. Is he? What, is he two-dimensional? That's a little geometry joke there. Are you, Pied Piper? Why don't you tell us? Are you or are you not a flat earther? And do you want me to sing about Pythagoras? The square on the two sides of a right-angled triangle is equal to the square on the hypotenuse, square on the two sides of a right angled triangle is equal to the square on the hypotenuse. So saith Pythagoras. If there's any flat earthers out there, could they explain to me why the mast of a ship disappears over the horizon? Well, ask away. Ask me how the mast of a ship disappears over the horizon. Does it not? It's funny because I've seen it do that. I have actually seen that. Can I not believe my own eyes? Did I have a zoom camera? No, I was just watching with my eyes. You can see things coming over the horizon with your eyes. You can. I've seen it. Big things, really big things come over the horizon. They appear slowly as they appear over the arc of the horizon. Pull a zoom camera and check again. What will I see if I check again? What am I checking for? Yeah, and also like, the moon's round, isn't it? Or is the moon flat? Do tell us, Pied Piper, is the moon flat? Is Mars flat? Is the sun flat? I'm intrigued. No, you tell us. If you believe that something is flat and not round, then explain about the other round things. The moon is round. The sun is round. Mars is round. Venus is round. And so on. It's just us that we're the only flat thing in the solar system, yeah? And while you're talking about zoom lenses, I don't have all the answers like you. I don't have all the answers. I have many questions also. I do. I have lots of questions. Like, tell me about the round things in the solar system. Are there any round things in the solar system, Pied Piper? Lockdown to slow down greenhouse gas emissions. Lockdown actually has not slowed down greenhouse gas emissions because while people are locked up, they use more electricity, which produces more greenhouse emissions because it uses more energy, which I heard Pythagoras from you, not trigonometry. Trigonometry, you know, it's been a long time since I did any SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, tangent, yes. Those are things that help you work out angles if you only have limited information. I'm not a maths professor. I don't know why you're asking me to explain trigonometry. I have a degree in art. I have a degree in natural science. I am a qualified engineer, but I'm not a maths professor. I am familiar with SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA works. I've used it. It helps you derive. You can't talk physics. Trigonometry, far from being basic maths, is rather advanced. SOHCAHTOA requires tables. I don't have the sine tables in front of me to explain to you. Anyway, I'm not a dancing fucking bear, by the way. Now, fuck off. If you know so much about it, you tell us. Hey, write a big text, explain it to us, man. I have never, ever claimed to be a mathematical expert. If I wanted to know about SOHCAHTOA, I would go and find it. If I felt my belief in the roundness of Earth was in doubt, I would go and check it out, but it isn't. My belief in the roundness of Earth is not in any doubt. So fuck off. Or post your shit. Post your shit so we can kick it down the road, or fuck off. You can't trust me. Don't trust me. Nobody should trust me. Do not trust me. The motto of science, by the way, and I'm sure Pied Piper, you would know this since you're here to test me, which, by the way, just makes me want to say, fuck off again. Fuck off. Test me. Get to fuck. I'll fucking test you. Don't trust me. The motto of science, Pied Piper, I'm sure you will know, is take no one's word for it. So, on your bike. I don't take anybody's word for it. If I want to know something, I find out for myself. Don't come here wanting to find out things from me. I'm an entertainer. Check my channel description. Entertainer, not maths guru. Entertainer. I'm singing songs here. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. Want to hear a song? In the right place. Want trigonometry explained? Wrong place. So here's another song. While we're waiting for somebody to phone in. 07903-953-759. And that number will work in Skype or Messenger. Your heroes are baby killers. Your heroes are baby killers. Your heroes are baby killers. And I hope they all die. Your heroes are worse than evil. Your heroes are worse than bad. Your heroes are worse than evil. And I hope they all die. I will try and remember. If you think 9/11 was an inside job, you're probably right, but who gives a fuck? The world moved on and the truth don't count. If you don't believe me, take a look about at the tyranny in China. 4 billion souls, economic problems added to our woes. Economic lies there to fool the masses as they bend us over and fuck us in our ass. It's 9/11's a lie, and some can't see. Oh, 9/11's a lie, but sports on TV. 9/11's a lie, but I think you'll find most people know, but they just don't mind. 9/11's a lie, but what you gonna do? Go watch some Alex Jones on YouTube, not anymore. 9/11's a lie. And here's some from the past. Pearl Harbor, Gulf of Tonkin, and the Reichstag. 9/11's a lie. Oh, 9/11's a lie, and I think you'll find most people know, but they just don't mind. engineers are my heroes for finding evidence at ground zero. But no amount of evidence will change the past or convince the masses with their heads up their ass. Building 7's a mystery for Scooby and the team. Silverstein said pull it, but what did he mean? Oh, 9/11's a lie. Oh, 9/11's a lie. 9/11's a lie. 9/11's a lie. 07903 953 759 to phone in, or put 44 before the 0. 44 7903 953 759. 07903 953 759. The same number in Messenger or Skype, and you can be, also works from Denmark, yes, LSD locks. 44 7903 953 759. To Skype, Messenger, or phone, Late Night Talk Radio with Deek Jackson. Now, I don't know what time it is. It's 1:30. I've been on the air for an hour and a half, posting to UK Gas. I don't know where UK Gas is. I'll take one more call. If anybody phones in, I'll take one more call, and then I'm calling it a night, so I can get to sleep before I busk in the morning. The prefix for the UK is 44. Does the plus mean 0? Do you have to go 044 7903 953 759? Answers on a postcard, please. I'm in Oban tonight, and therefore I'll be in Oban tomorrow. I'll be busking Oban after my breakfast, which is about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I will be busking Oban in the evening. 0044. Give it a shot. Whatever. I've never been outside the UK and had to phone the UK, so I'm not sure. But yeah, you could try 0044 7903 953 759. Or you could just go on Messenger. If you put the number 07903 953 759 into Messenger on Facebook, that's me. If you put it into Skype, that's me. Works all over the world. Flat Earthers, I believe, are Flat Earther ... Jesus. Because the only way that magically a flat Earth could exist is if some fantasy divine power made it be like that. The Earth isn't flat because there isn't a divine God making it flat and keeping it like that. The Earth is round because spherical. The Earth is spherical because that's a naturally occurring form all around us in the universe, along with all of the other round things. And nature, which is a byword for science, or science, nature, I believe those are interchangeable words. When we're talking about nature, we're talking about the world, reality that we see and experience. And when we talk about science, we're talking about our attempt to understand and open the book of mystery about how the natural world works for ourselves by using science. So nature is reality and the way things are, and science is humans' way of understanding nature. And the two terms, science and nature, I believe refer to the same set of events, the same reality. Maybe the phone company will try. Okay, LSD locks. Thanks for giving it a shot. If you're on Facebook, right, I can give you the and or Skype. I can read out the account. I am Torq, TORQ Radio. Okay, on Skype, I am Talk Radio. That's quite simple, isn't it? Skype me, Talk Radio. And it's +44 7903 953 759. That's Talk Radio on Skype. If you've got Skype, if you use Skype, I am Talk Radio. Couldn't be easier. Right. On Messenger, I'm going to have to log into Messenger. 7903 953 759. Oh, 7903 953. Yay, okay, I'm logged into Messenger, where I am Torq, TORQ, Torq Radio, RAADEEO. All right, well. Okay, so absent anyone else phoning in, as I have been on the air for 1.5 hours, I think we had some interesting chat there. I certainly enjoyed it. I'd like to thank Nick and Clifford and anybody else who phoned in for your company. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Deek Jackson, Late Night Talk Radio. I will see you tomorrow night for another Late Night Talk Radio. So do tune in, and if you can, call in, Skype, Messenger, telephone. I will put more information in the title of the video tomorrow night, hopefully allowing more people to tune in using Messenger and Skype. Dennis, Pennis, and all the rest of you guys, Lul Factory, Sean Delia, is that a pun on chandelier? Oh, I see what you've done there. Lars, Lazarus, yeah, and I'm now getting low power mode, so it's definitely time to go. LSD locks, I look forward to you trying again tomorrow night. I am not a flat earther, I am Spartacus. Good night.